What's up, you guys? This is Adam Gillespie with Rancid and Sweaty Calves, coming at you with yet another video. I tried to record this one not too long ago, however, I realized from a comment that I didn't have any audio. So I fixed that, I'm re-recording it, and I hope that you guys get just as much out of this as I did when I first recorded it. This is an article by Bounding Into Comics. I gotta give a special shout out to Bounding Into Comics because these guys are doing a ton of work in regards to raising awareness about what's going on in the world and the political propaganda that's been infecting media, news sources, social media, major media corporations like Disney, and comic book industries as well, like Marvel and DC, and all this other stupid political propaganda that's been ruining the stuff that we love as fans. That being said, as you can see here, the Disney CEO Bob Chapek fully aligns himself with the LGBTQ plus agenda and declares that he will be an outspoken champion. Now, in case you guys don't know what he's talking about, he there's okay, so basically this actually right here gives you a nice basic overview of what it is that's going on. Disney CEO Bob Chapek completely removes any confusion as to where he stood on Florida's parental rights education bill, which bans the teaching of sexuality and transgenderism to children between kindergarten through 3rd grade. So basically, there's this bill that's being equated as the quote-unquote don't say gay bill by a bunch of leftists who are either evil or idiots, and most likely evil because of the fact that they have to know what the bill is actually about in order to twist it into something that it's not. And they're saying this don't say gay, or they're trying to ban gay people from the public square in Florida. That's not what's going on. It's a bill that prevents teachers unions and teachers from teaching little kids things about sexuality and other things that could equate to grooming a child. It's not right. You know how you have that creepy uncle, right? There's that creepy uncle that you always keep your kids away from because you're worried that he might molest them. Yeah, that's basically what Florida is trying to do with everyone in the teachers union. That's basically what everyone's trying to do. Uh, every parent is trying to do in Florida, trying to stop teachers from having the ability to act like that creepy uncle or any other sex offender out there who grooms children. And I think that's a totally good thing. But apparently a bunch of leftists and Bob Chapek himself think that it's terrible. We shouldn't allow for kids to not be groomed by teachers and fully grown adults. We shouldn't allow kids to be manipulated by basically pedophiles. It's so ridiculous. So we've got the rest of this. The email begins: to my fellow colleagues, but especially our LGBTQ plus community, thank you to all who have reached out to me, sharing your pain, frustration, and sadness over the company's response to the Florida Don't Say Gay bill. Speaking to you, reading your messages, and meeting with you have helped me get better understand how painful our silence was. It's so stupid. He's got a bunch of grandstanding in this. I don't want to cover all of it. I'm going to get to something else in this article that's actually far more important than Bob Chapek being an idiot. It's actually, I'm not sure how far down it is, so bear with me. It's it's ridiculous in regards to how disgusting he is in regards to his either he's in okay, again, either he is an idiot or he is evil. Because either Bob Chapek, the CEO of a massive media corporation like Disney, is such an idiot that he doesn't do his own research in regards to the quote-unquote don't say gay bill that they're talking about, or he is evil because he actually did look it up and still supports it. I said the same thing about Luke Skywalker, actor Mark Hamill. I said the same thing about every other major media corporation that doesn't go against the leftist propaganda. And I've said that about every single person who thinks that there's a don't say gay bill in Florida. If you genuinely think that, you are either an idiot or evil. Not trying to call anyone out directly right here, right now, apart from Bob Chapek, Mark Hamill, a bunch of other mainstream media actors, and the mainstream media corporations. But, you know, it's ridiculous. Do some actual research. Actually look up what the bill itself says. Because whether you're taking it from a third-party source, a second-party source, or a first-party source, there's going to be some confusion as to what it's all about. If you go to the bill itself, it tells you it's literally just a way for parents to be notified of when their kids are being taught something that could be sexually harmful to the child. That's all it is. That's all it ever was, but they're making it out to be something far worse. And Disney is making themselves out to be probably one of the most idiotic companies or most evil companies in the world by supporting leftist propaganda and saying that they don't support Florida in their attempts to make sure that children aren't being groomed. It's disgusting. And we got this new email comes after a statement from the LGBTQIA+. Basically, let's just call them the alphabet people. Pixar employees was made public to slam Disney for being poor alphabet community. The Pixar employees accused Disney of removing gay content from their films primarily aimed at children, writing, "Nearly every moment of overly gay affection is cut at Disney's behest, regardless of when there is a protest from both the creative teams and executive leadership at Pixar." So part of the reason why it is that a major media corporation shouldn't be forcing in homosexual kisses into a story that doesn't necessarily need it, or any gay storylines that when a story doesn't need it, is because the story doesn't have to revolve around a person's sexuality. The story of a movie doesn't revolve around how many times someone banged another person of the same sex, or banged another person of the opposite sex, or how many times someone decided they were going to get banged by some random thing. That's not what happens. That's not the most important part of a story. The most important part of a story is actually the story. It's what happens. It's the plot. It's the adventure. It's the fight between good and evil. It's not, oh, I like to get banged by dudes. That's not the most important part of the freaking story. If you think that, then there's a problem, especially when you think that about a children's story. Why is it so important for you to put sexual innuendos into children's stories? Why is it so important for you to put homosexual activity in a children's story? Why is it so important for you to get all this weird gender confusion, like transgenderism and all these weird gender dysphoria things, into children's stories? Why are you trying to do that? Why are you trying to force that into a story? What's the point? What is the point of it? It doesn't need to be there. So we've got some more information here. It says here, first graders shouldn't have, this is from Ron DeSantis, first graders shouldn't have woke gender ideology imposed on their curriculums, and that is what we are standing for, because we are standing for the kids and we're standing for the parents. That's Ron DeSantis, I do believe, and it's Ron DeSantis. Yeah, it shows DeSantis declaring, in the state of Florida, we are not going to allow them to inject transgenderism into kindergarten, which is a totally normal thing to do. It's a very traditional, basic ideology. It's not controversial, but they're making it out to be because they have to have something to complain about. And I can tell you this, the chance that I am going to back down from my commitment to students and back down from my commitment to parents' rights simply because of fraudulent media narratives or pressure from woke corporations, the chances of that are zero, he declared. Congratulations to Ron DeSantis. I didn't know much about him when he first ran. I actually wasn't able to vote for him because I wasn't old enough at the time. But I do love the fact that Ron DeSantis has come around so boldly. He is so purely antithetical to the leftist statements, to the leftist propaganda out there. And I love the fact that DeSantis is taking such a conservative worldview. It's awesome. It really is. We've got some more information. Later on down here, there's going to be something really interesting. If I can find it. Most of this article is just covering the back and forth between Bob Chapek's pandering to the leftist community and pandering to the major media corporations. So, oh, hey, first of all, I want to mention one thing real quick. You see this right here, special sponsor from a 98-page graphic novel, Ascendant. I read about that. It sounds like it's going to be really interesting, and I can't wait to see it. So if you guys would check that out, that would be a huge, awesome help to them, because I know that they have like an Indiegogo type of deal. So if you check them out, that'd be pretty cool. They seem like they're going to be very neutral in their politics, and they're just going to tell a story about heroes being heroes. So this whole story. This whole thing right here, everything that I've just read to you, there's more to it than what I read. I kind of gave you some highlights. It's a classic good versus evil. Bob Chapek is representing an evil company and an evil propaganda machine like the leftist movement, and Ron DeSantis is representing a good, humane, moral ideology. That humane moral ideology is that children should not be groomed or sexually groomed to think one thing or another from adults or parents or teachers. There's a huge problem across the world of that type of stuff, and I've been very hesitant to actually speak about it because it makes me so mad to know that there are people out there who would take advantage of children, little children who don't know right from wrong, and because of the fact that there is an adult in front of them telling them something to do, they're going to take it at face value, and it's so easy to manipulate a kid. It's so saddening and heartbreaking, and I get so mad when I hear about that stuff. When I hear about teachers' unions and teachers pushing sexual gender ideology and leftist propaganda on little kids, kids who haven't even had the chance to somewhat develop their brain. For instance, your brain doesn't finish developing until I think like 21 years of age or 22 years of age or something like that. And yet they're trying to push this weird gender ideology onto kids that are like 7 and younger. Little kids who would normally just be watching awesome, fun cartoons on Cartoon Network for Saturday mornings. Why is it such a big deal for these leftists to go after children? Though the main reason is actually just because they want to groom the next generation into believing their ideology, and it's heartbreaking to see because they're going after the weakest among the society. They're going after the most weak-minded in the world. They're going after the kids who can be manipulated from such a young age and indoctrinated into this weird, disturbing sexual ideology that basically says, yeah, you can do whatever you want. There's no such thing as male or female. Biology isn't real. And you can have sex with anything that you want. There was a kid who broke down crying. A little girl who broke down crying because she had her hair slicked back after getting out of a shower and she thought she accidentally turned into a boy. And she didn't want to be a boy. That's the type of effect this is having on kids. It's disturbing, it's disgusting, and if it's that type of an effect, how much easier would it be for a pedophile to groom a child into having actual sexual relations with that child, with that man, or that grown woman? How much easier is it for an adult, a pedophile, to then groom a child into doing something sexually explicit with that adult? And it just be considered a normal thing in society? How close are we to that? That's exactly what's going on. And someone like Bob Chapek, the CEO of Disney, being either so blind that he doesn't know that that's a dangerous thing that could happen, and or he's so evil that he genuinely hates children so much that he just wants to see them burn and be turned into these weird sexual deviants. Those are the only two options. And if this video struck you hard, if this last rant of mine struck you hard, then please share it. Get this word out. Get this word out to everyone you know. Share it on Facebook. Share it on every social media platform you have. Share it on Twitter, Instagram. I don't care. You take the risk. You might get kicked off of those social media platforms for saying stuff like this, but take the risk. It's important. It needs to happen. It needs to be spread out there that this is an evil ideology being pushed on children, and the only people who can stop it are the parents and the people of the nation who actually hate the idea of children being groomed. Get this word out there, please. That's my biggest desire for this video right now, is just for someone to be shown the evil that's going on within Disney and within Bob Chapek's mind and within the leftist propaganda machine. Okay? That's the biggest hope I have with this video. I just don't want kids to be molested or harassed or groomed by evil pedophilic adults. Okay? I don't want that. I don't think that a lot of people don't want that. It's not okay. It is disgusting. It's evil. It's immoral beyond belief. I don't know how to stress that point enough. So please share this video. I'm from the bottom of my heart. Please just share this video with everyone you can, because it's horrific. It's horrific that this is going on in the world today, and most people are turning a blind eye to it because it's just been one elevation in this weird stinking sexual diversity thing again, or this weird sexual ideology thing. It's just been one next step, one next evolution, one next higher level, one next higher elevation to this weird gender ideology, leftist propaganda movement that's been going on. And it needs to stop. It does. It needs to stop. Children should not be getting groomed in the classroom by teachers' unions and teachers. It's not okay. But I hope you guys liked the video or found it inspirational or educational or informational. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Don't forget to comment your thoughts down below. It would mean a lot to me if you guys were to share this, so share this video with everyone you can. And if you found this impactful, and if you like the content, please subscribe. It helps me a lot. Hit that bell notification as well. I love all the support that I've been getting. The fellowship has been growing. We're nearly 60 subscribers strong now, and we're slowly inching towards 100, and I can't wait to get there. You know, that'd be so cool if we got to 100, so that more of our voices could be heard when we spread the news out about stuff like this, and we raise awareness in regards to the garbage that's going on in the world today. You know, and the stupidity of mainstream media and comics and stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to do all those things I just mentioned. That being said, though, I hope you guys have a great day and a great rest of the week.